Hello, welcome back to Markets of Sunshine. This is Marcia. Thank you for joining me here today on my channel. And we are going to start adding pages into our junk journal cover. This is one of my slow stitch kits in my Etsy shop. This is actually the Pink Heart kit. And so I'm going to now add pages on the inside, and I'm going to be using a new kit that I'm going to be assembling in my shop, and it will be available for you. And all of the kits are going to be coming in a beautiful altered hollow book. So this is a Reader's Digest, and they're aged and tattered and maybe dented and scuffed, but they're handmade by me and my husband and decorated beautifully. So here's a nice deep compartment. And these Reader's Digest condensed version books are so roomy, and you can fit lots of embellishments and supplies and buttons and trims and make it a sewing box, whatever you want to make it. So the opening on the inside is 4 inches by almost 6 inches. Let's see if I can get my ruler in there. Yeah, so 6 inches, so 4 by 6. And it's a lovely little gift that's going to come with all of your supplies. So whichever slow stitch kit you purchase, this is the Pink Heart one, then your supplies can actually fit into the little hollow opening. If you purchase the Tiny House kit, then all the supplies in it as well can fit right into the opening. So, and there will be lots of goodies that will be coming in more kits, and hollow books decorated in different colors. So the books are not going to match the color of the kit, obviously, because this one is blue. I didn't have a pink book. I would have liked to have had a pink book. But, so anyway, just wanted to let you know that. All right, so today we're going to first cover this inside, because after I did all my slow stitching with the different fabrics that come with the kit, the only fabric that does not come in the kit is this one here. I didn't have any more of this vintage fabric available, but all the other fabrics you see here, and then this pink fabric here, and you will also be getting a 12 by 12 piece of muslin. So this cream beige muslin will come too as in the kits. So all the kits will come with a 12 by 12 piece. So depending on the size of the book cover, the pink piece here, 12 inches. So this was 12 inches. So I might cut it a little bit bigger, down to 14. So I'm going to first be covering the inside. And so I'm using chenille. And I'm just going to lay it out, see what I have to work with first of all. Okay, so then this piece can actually go here. And then on the top, I'll use a different pattern. Okay, and a little bit of this here. So now for these to attach them, I'm going to take this to my machine, and so then these two will be sewn together, and these two will be sewn together, and these two will be sewn together. So I'll be sewing along this bottom edge here, and then these edges here. So I'm going to turn this way so I know which way I'm supposed to be sewing that. And then I'll come back, and then I will hand stitch these all around the edge of this. Okay, so I have sewn the signatures together. I made 3 signatures with 2 pages each, and then I have stitched them to a binding spine piece, not binding but spine piece, and then individually sewed, hand sewed each one of these signatures into place on the spine piece. Now what I'm doing is I measured out and put my pages upright like this. You want to mush them together, because if you're using batting, I used felt and batting, it's going to be thicker. And we'll do another book and we'll do it with fabric in another video. So this is a series all about slow stitching. Now this book kit will be available in my Etsy shop. I won't be putting completed books, but there will be book kits. And so what I will do is I will have either the fabric or the batting and the felt signatures, and you will have to sew them yourself. I'll have this, ouch, I'll have the spine piece cut, and you will sew those signatures into the spine, and then you could purchase one of my other slow stitch kits with the journal cover if you wanted to put one of my covers and use one of my kits. Otherwise you could use your own fabrics from your stash or another kit that you might have to do this. But this is going to be a beautiful little journal, and what I'm going to do is every page will be some decorative hand stitching and different elements of the slow stitching quilting on each page. So we're going to do that together. So we're going to be decorating the pages together. So now you hold your signature pages upright like this, pin your front spine, pin your back spine to the cover, and then you're going to hand stitch down just this edge here of the pages, and then turn it over, and you're going to do the same thing down here. So I've started it here, so I just wanted you to see the process. So don't stitch it out here yet, because the spine will move. So when you fold it, let's see if you can see that. See how it starts to wrinkle up on us? Okay, so we don't want that. So you don't want to sew this first. You want to sew it right up against the spine first. And I'm using quilting thread, which is a very thick, heavy-duty thread, and it's the Gutermann brand quilting thread. 200 mil is what the thickness is, because I'm sure there's different ones. So what I do is I hold it through, stitch it through like this, front and back. So I'm just, because this is such a thick cover, and then I come up as close to this edge of the page with my needle. And always double check it for these little knots that are going to form, because they love to do that. Do you ever notice that when you're doing this? Those little knots. I mean, what is it with those things? And it doesn't matter. I mean, I can have the embroidery floss, I can be using the quilting thread, and it will always get a knot somehow. So I'm trying to be mindful when I'm coming around this decorative piece here. So the nice thing about this is that you can hold it and look and know exactly where you're coming. Okay. And you can decide how long you want your stitches to be. Okay, I want that to come in a little closer. Not that close. So take your time when you do this. There's nothing to rush about. That's what we love about it. It's why I love the term slow stitching, because we can take our time. This is a wonderful project to do sitting in front of the TV with your favorite show on, animal show, nature show, whatever type of thing you like, comedy show. I'm rewatching the Downton Abbey series, and I subscribe to PBS. I love to support their channel. And I'm watching the original UK version. I really like it much better. The each episode is longer than the original US episodes that aired, so it's like much nicer to watch. And I had forgotten so much of what happened in the beginning. So this is a really nice project for that. So I watched the February broadcast of the annual meeting. That was very nice. And then after that, I had my dinner, and I watched the Downton Abbey while I did some other odds and ends with the sewing. I'm really enjoying these projects now because I've been using up a lot of my papers with projects and videos that you see me doing here on my channel. And now this is helping me to use up a lot of the fabrics. And I am working on a quilt actually for myself. And but that was a little bit of a in-depth project. So that's my vintage hanky quilt. And so I didn't, right now I'm just not feeling up to working on that. It's too big and bulky, and I have to lay it out on my bed, and it's just too much right now. But this is something I can do and sit and really enjoy. Now this thread is so thick, and my fingers are so dry. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, see. So I have to moisten my fingers, and then twirl the thread. Let me see if I can get it to... I've noticed I've seen some ladies do this a different way. I'm going to try. Let me see if I can do this, because this is thicker. Yes, I can. Wonderful. I can just tie a little knot. If it's thicker like this and the DMC floss, you can do that with, because my fingers are dry, and I don't like to put my fingers in my mouth. So now, okay, so here's what we have. Okay, so now I gotta unpin this for a minute. Okay. All right, now, so here's the spine piece, and then here's the spine piece. So now it is secured to my book. All right, now I'm going to fold this page up and see how much I'm going to have to trim, and then fold this page and see how much I'm going to have to trim. Get my needle and thread out of the way before I lose it, get it stuck to something. Okay, so this will be trimmed here, so I can trim that little bit off of there, trim this little bit off of here. Okay, perfect. Beautiful. I'm really liking it. Look at how nice this is. So here's a nice spine now, and look at how gorgeous this is. And when I laid this out, I had no planning, no thought of what was going to be happening and what I was going to use this for. But now look at this. I really am pleased with what wound up being on the spine, and this here being on the spine is absolutely perfect. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. So now when you do your book, the same thing, you can make the same adjustments. Now I can see what happened here. I somehow went too far on this end over the edge of the cover of the book. And I mean, like I said, I don't know what in the world, how did I do that? No clue whatsoever. So I will have to probably now at this point, as I'm looking at this, is I will come back through here and I will unstitch the spine from here, and then I will lower it. But that's fine. It's not a problem. It's not a biggie, because this is such thick thread that I can do that very easily. And it did not take me long at all to stitch this. But I cannot let that be like that. That's way off. And I wasn't even looking at it. I didn't even notice it until just now while I'm showing you. But it's better to catch the mistake now, and then, because it's turned out to be such a beautiful book, I don't want to have that horrible flaw. And like I said, when I was lining it up a minute ago, it was all looking good, but somehow, somewhere along the way. Okay, all right, so that's loosened up that side. Okay, now let's loosen up this side. And we're going to line it up again. Make sure you don't, if you make a boo-boo like this, don't unstitch your signature pages. Make sure you're unstitching your spine. Okay, there we go. Whew. That was a close one. And it's okay, you know? And I don't mind you seeing my boo-boo, because this is good. I make a boo-boo and you might do something similar, and then you'll say, wow, what do I do? But this is all you do. It's no problem. Okay. This is what I did. Okay, so I had my ruler, and I knew it was 6 inches from the cover, because the cover is 12 inches. Okay, so I measured that, and I laid that out, and I laid this out. So where I made the mistake is now I see what I did. I need to come here. Aha, see. Okay, bring that up. Bring that up. Okay, now we're looking better. And I pulled this up here, and I kept using the ruler, making sure I had the same space on both sides. Okay, this one's a little bit too far over, so just wiggle it down a little bit. Okay. Good. Okay, now we're looking good. Okay, so again, check my top and bottom. I was too concerned with the length and I forgot about the height. Okay, here it still looks like I could wiggle it up a wee bit. Okay, now. Alright, so then I held my hand right here, and then I got the pin, and I pinned this outside edge, and then I pinned this outside edge. Okay, and then I got my ruler again, and then I measured it again. So you always want to be checking and double checking and triple checking. Okay, check the height again. Okay, it's looking good now. Okay, that's looking good. Okay. And then pin this outside piece. Oh, it's so thick, so many layers. Been sewn on to guess the thing. Okay. Oh, man, every time I put a needle, a pen a certain way, I don't know why. I always catch myself on them. Alright, so here's the signatures. Push them together. Okay, because they're already sewn to the spine anyway. Okay, measure again. Looking good. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, now we shall do this all over again. So you get to see what I do. Okay, so we start, doesn't matter which side you start at. And then just put your close to the edge of the signature. Put your needle through. Just want to get a start. And then coming up here. There we go. All right, now let me see which side. Okay, I gotta just make sure when I get near the beads again. All right. Pull this over. Okay. This side, okay. See, now it looks better. Something with this one here, I might have sewn this in a little crooked or something. But it could be that it just, when I measured it, I didn't measure it as straight either, so. But it's looking much better now, at least when it's closed. I don't have a big sideways angle going on now. So now it's looking good. Okay. Whew, that was a close one. But see, my spine is still lining up, so that's good. And look at how pretty this is here. Oh, it's just gorgeous. I love this. I'm so happy I decided to do a journal cover. And this beautiful book. I love this. Oh my goodness gracious. I hope you guys will try this. And like I said, I will have this. I have the pink slow stitch journal kit, and then I will have the pink book pages kit to go with it. And I will have felt and cotton batting. No needle, no thread. That's going to be, you would have to supply that. So it's just going to be the book and the pages that you will have to sew together as well. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait, I'm coming. Okay, whew, that was good. That was close, but now I can see what I'm doing here with that. So, if you have a delicate trim like I'm using, this is a vintage trim and it's so delicate. Ouch. Wow, look at that. Yay! I passed the beaded part. Much better job this time. I want my stitches to stay tight. And they're about like a half an inch apart. So as you can see, I have to keep moving the book back and forth, turning the pages, paying attention to where I'm going, where I've been. Okay, so now that I can hold this end of the book easily, then I can just keep from this side, and I don't have any delicate embellishment on the other side. Okay, so here with this part, I like to keep about that much thread, and then I make my knot because I don't like it to get too snug. And see, it's already coming up short. So then I tie my knot off, and you know what I'm going to do? I don't usually do this, but on this project I think I will. Is cut it long enough so that you can tie another knot just by hand. Easier said than done. Okay. Got it. Okay, now I'll trim off that. So a double knot. Perfect. Okay, so I will rethread my needle, and then I will finish stitching up this side, and then I will do the other side and show you, and then I'll finish up this edge here, down this side, and this side here. Now I could, if I wanted to, I don't know, I'm not sure yet. I may or may not do that, is trim that spine and not leave that extra piece here like this. I don't know if it really matters. Here we go again. Okay. Now let me see. All right. So to finish stitching that first. All right. So if let me undo this end. Okay. So if I trim it, yeah. Actually, you know what I can do? This just came to me. That's what I'll do. Instead of sewing it here, I'm going to sew it onto this. Oh, that'll look nice. And then when I cover this up, that'll be fine. Okay. Perfect. No problem. Good, 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 good. All right. So I will be back as soon as I finish these two sides. Okay. Now I have fixed the little mistake, and it's turned out nice. I've trimmed it up, and I'm now going back through, and I'm going to just pen in my fabric choices right now. So I want to keep with a pink theme, This was a fabric pack that I had gotten from Annie's Crafts, and I really love the quality of the fabric, and so I'm just pinning into place what I want to put. Anything that didn't fit, then I'll fill in these little gaps here. You can see there's a little gap here, and on this side, but and then here. So this is the different patterns. There was also blue, but I'm not going to put any blue in here. I did go with a little bit of an earth tone here, which picks up from the colors that I'm already using. Some beautiful pinks and grays. I mean, it's just beautiful colors that were in this fabric, and I'm just really loving it. And so the cover, I trimmed it. I trimmed the pages, leaving these little pieces here that are sticking out, and then I might incorporate some more of the chenille. This is vintage chenille that I purchased online, and so I'm thinking that I'll probably come in here with some of this, and I've already used some of it on the inside cover, as you saw me do. So I don't like those two together. Let me see this one. I like this more with this darker pink here. That looks really pretty. And so I will just continue right now to pick out fabrics and go through and pin them all into place. I do front and back, and then once I am happy with my selection, then I will pin everything into place. Let me see, what do I have here? I had some other little squares that I had cut out of muslin. I don't know, I might use some of that as well. But anyway, so this just gives you an idea of what size the fabric book will be. So if you buy the kit, then you'll have that. And I will be including this video tutorial with your purchase. And of course, you also see now that the kits will be including the secret compartment, hollow books, altered books that we make, and with your kits, and then you get the video tutorial as well along with that. All these beautiful vintage fabrics that you see on the cover, and it's just absolutely beautiful, and putting these together, and it's just so soft to the hands. And I'm going to definitely make one of the pages my needle holder, so it will be the needle book, and that will have pockets and all kinds of beautiful stitches. I just can't wait to do it. I have other fabric as well that I will incorporate in here. So this will be part one of this slow stitch book, and then so the next video will be more of me actually sewing, but I'll go through and show you the rest of the fabrics that I picked out and how beautiful those are going to be. So thank you for joining me here today for this slow stitch book series, and I hope that you'll pick up one of my kits and get one of the free altered hollow books with your order. And I don't know how long I will be offering the free hollow book, so it's while supplies last, so grab one now while you can. And the kits will continue. Obviously the tutorial will be here as well, and but if I have a lot of interest in the kits, then I will be getting more books to make and to put a free altered hollow book in with your order. Okay, thank you again. Stay safe, keep creating in the sunshine, and thank you so much for being a part of my creative community. I really appreciate each and every one of you giving me your support. Bye-bye.